What up, world? This is G11. You are tuning into the Gym Podcast, and I got a guest with me right now that we've been friends for a while. What's up, Matt? Mag Millie, what's up?
What's up, man? What's up? It's good to be here, man. I haven't seen you in a minute.
It's been a while, bro. It's man, I would say a couple years for sure that we've
Yeah,
actually.
I don't even know when's the last time I saw you.
I
Like,
do. Now that you just said it, is I graduated in 2018, and we were at Hills and Dales, and yeah, I think that's when the last time, and that's actually, yeah, I think that's when the last time I actually saw you. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't, to
You're
be
probably
honest.
faded.
I probably was faded.
Yeah, but
2018 was a
December of
drunken year.
December of 2018. Yeah, man, it's been a while. But before that, I think it was the last time, maybe when I don't know, bro. It's a while.
Yeah, I don't even like. I feel like when I graduated, and then started doing my own thing. I really didn't stay on that side of town too much.
What year did you graduate in? Because I forgot. So my
You
bad.
you exposing my age right now. That's cool though. 2011.
2011.
Graduated 2011.
So it was 2 years after me. You know what's crazy? Do you remember the first time, or do you remember how we met? Or pretty sure it was like basketball, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you. I just seen you in the gym. We were playing ball, and then I found out that you lived down the street from me.
Oh
And
yeah, okay.
so
Yeah, because at the time I was, yeah, that was Ashfield. I don't remember what fucking street you were living on at the time, but
I think it was called Cherryfield, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Cherryfield. You're probably right. Even though I was fucking trash, bro. On what's the
No,
opposite of
you weren't.
fundamentals?
You weren't. I wouldn't say you were trash. You just weren't. You too big for your own good.
That's a good way to fucking put it. But so you know what's a crazy story I remember too is when you first came. I don't remember what school you actually came from, but you know what, it was a John Jay, right?
Yeah. So I was
Yeah.
in the. I went to John Jay my freshman and sophomore year
Okay.
because I was in the my fresh most of my freshman year and like very beginning of my sophomore year. I was in the science academy at John Jay
Okay.
magnet school, and that shit was just really lame. Like they had me doing so much work, and all I wanted to do was really play basketball and go to school. And I got into a couple magnet schools, but I picked the science and engineering academy because that's where all my friends were going to be at John Jay.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we ended up moving, like, and it's crazy because my mom moved like down the street, like from where I lived, and literally just down the street, changed school boundaries.
Yeah, for sure.
So then I was getting into some trouble at John Jay, and I was like, you know what, let me, switch schools. Let me, see if I can kind of basically start over. Cause, in middle school, I really cared a lot about my education and like my schoolwork. And when
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
to high school, when I got to John Jay, I feel like I was just hanging around the wrong people, making, bad decisions. I let that get away from me. So kind of just wanted a fresh start at in high school. So I went to Southwest.
Bro, the first memory I have of you that comes to my head is, I don't know if you remember, but we're in the locker room and Coach O made you fucking rap in front of all of us, and I, I just it was, yeah, it was your senior year, I think, or maybe it was before your senior year. I think it was like, I don't know if you remember, if you what kind of month and year you went and the actual to Southwest, but um, yeah, bro, he just started rapping. Supposed to be, he came into the locker room one day. He's like, supposed to be you're a rapper or some shit like that, or you have fucking bars. And I mean, that shit was hilarious. I was like, what the fuck is this, bro? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
so that's funny, man. Coach O, shout out to Coach O, man. He was a big part of my life. Like,
Yeah,
he really looked out for me like a lot, man. Like if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have graduated, to be honest.
yeah, man.
You
He's
know what I'm saying?
I know there's a couple times my junior and senior year where shit got hard. My mom was always working, and yeah, he would pick us up from my house, take us to a couple of leagues that we're actually playing ball at, and it was just weird because I've never actually experienced that. For him to actually take his time out,
Yeah.
he wasn't even the coach though of the league that we're in, so he was actually just picking us up, taking us, staying, watching, and then kind of,
Some hardball type shit.
yeah, it was weird. It was weird for me at the time because I never expected that, but it was cool. Like I realized what he was doing now.
Yeah,
So
man, he's a good dude, man. I owe a lot to him, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
he really like I'm telling you, like honestly, if it wasn't for him, I would have never graduated. So like I went to Southwest. the middle of my junior year, you know, and I've always loved basketball. Always been like into basketball.
Yeah.
Played it growing up. Of course, my mom growing up didn't have a lot of money, so I couldn't, get into like the AU programs or like,
Yeah.
So I had to settle for like CYO and YMCA and shit like that. So I remember going to Southwest, and first thing I did was go to the basketball gym, and they were having practice at the time. And at this time, Coach O wasn't the coach. It was
It was, yeah, I remember.
it was another coach. I forget his name,
I know what you're talking about though.
but he was the coach at the time. So I went up to him. I'm like, hey, I just transferred here. I want to play basketball. Like, what I got to do.
Yeah.
And at this time, I was it's kind of embarrassing to say, but you know that stage of fashion, or I wouldn't say fashion, but like trendiness, where you would wear like the colorful clothes,
Yeah.
the lip rings, and all that
You got
type
the
of
snapback hook
fuckery.
to your, the snapback hook to your belt loop.
So unfortunately, I was in that genre, I guess, right? So I looked a little bit irresponsible, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'll go up to them and I'm like, I want to play basketball. What I got to do? And they kind of just laughed in my face, like they're like, basically, you're not gonna make it. Like,
Yeah.
you just transferred here. You're probably a troublemaker, this and that. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I just went about the rest of the school year. Summer comes around, they start having open gyms. So I go to open gym with me. You remember Nick, Tall Nick?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So I was on his team a lot, and I remember this one time. It was me, Tyrone. Shout out Tyrone,
Yeah,
my boy.
shout out Tyrone, bro.
My boy.
Haven't seen him in a minute.
And we were on the team, right? And so I was like dropping some dimes off, like I was doing my thing, and
Yeah.
Coach O and the rest of the staff were there. And the next day he pulled me in, talked to me. He's like, I want you to play basketball for us, blah blah blah. Then he saw like my credits, and so I was a senior. I was supposed to be a senior, but I was like a sophomore or like junior in my credits.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's wild.
So he talks to me. He's like, I want you to play basketball. I want you to play point guard for us. But your credits, like, you're gonna have to, work on them. So he went to the principal, and they came up with a contract for me that if I play the rest of the basketball season, don't get in any trouble, they'll just give me all my credits.
Damn.
So, man, shout out Coach O. If it wasn't for him, I don't know.
That's
if
crazy.
So I just played ball, and
I didn't even know that was possible. You over here fucking.
Me neither. You might have to cut that out, but
nah, we can leave it in. That's funny though.
Yeah. So I just played ball, got my credits, and him along with some other people really like changed my perspective and where I was going and shit. So it was cool.
Do you remember? I follow a coach now, Marcus Alvarado. He was coaching there a couple times. I think you were. It was towards the end of your senior year, but he's a coach now at McCullum, like the head coach. But he was actually on. He has a YouTube channel, and I don't know how I followed him. This must have been like 5-6 years ago, and I followed him because he was there at the gym, and he has a YouTube channel, and Coach O was on it, and they were talking about a dude that plays. Forgot the
Colgate.
Yeah, Colgate.
Jay Burns.
Yeah, Jay Burns.
Yeah.
They were talking about. They were just talking, all conversating, him, Coach O, and Burns. I guess it was pretty cool though, because I haven't seen Coach O, and shit. The last time I saw him was 2013 when I graduated. So
the last time I saw Coach O was probably this past year because he's the vice principal now at Stevens.
Oh, okay. So does he coach still?
Nah, he doesn't coach anymore. He's just the vice principal.
Yeah.
And so my best friend's little sister, she plays volleyball. And so she's like my little sister, like, you know what I'm saying? They're basically my family, you know what I'm saying? So I go to see her play volleyball, and I go to basically all her games, right? So every time I go, I see him and I chop it up with him and stuff. So yeah, he's a vice principal now. And it's funny that you bring up Burns because I play basketball a lot, like three or four times I used to when it was before this COVID, shit. And I think it was last summer, Jordan Burns was at Goals hooping on a Saturday. If you play ball in San Antonio, like Callahan, Golds, Saturday. You know, there's a pretty good run. You know,
Yeah,
you got a lot of good people there. So he was there hooping, and I was on the opposite team. You know, I did my little thing, and
yeah.
and I don't even know how we started like having a conversation, but me and him having a conversation. Then he followed me on Twitter, and you know, I shouted him out on Twitter, and then
Did y'all know each other? You knew about him, but y'all didn't
I knew
actually.
about him, but I didn't know
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah. I see what you mean.
And so it's like, yeah, man, I see you doing your thing. You know, that's dope. And then I shouted him out on Twitter. He retweeted me, and then Coach O followed me and like replied to both of our
Oh
tweets,
yeah.
and that was funny. So now Coach O followed me on
On
Twitter.
Twitter. That's
Coach
funny,
O, if
bro.
you see my Twitter, you know, don't take it. You know, I'll just be trolling on Twitter. So
That's funny, man. That's crazy how just small world. Well, he coached. Well, he's from Marshall, right? Marshall High School.
yeah,
That's
Jay
where.
Burns.
Yeah. Well, both of
Yeah,
them. That's how I guess he coached.
yeah. Coach
Jalen
O coached at Marshall
Marshall's.
when Jordan Burns was there, and now he's at Colgate. He just declared for the draft, so the NBA draft.
That's
So
pretty fucking cool, bro.
that's we'll see, man. We'll see how he does.
Yeah. That's,
Hopefully he gets drafted. I have a feeling though that he might you know, go to the G League or something like that, play overseas for a little bit. You know, because Colgate's not like a big D1.
it's like Steph Curry and Davidson or something. Like little.
Kind of like
Well, not Davidson is kind of little big now. But
kind of low key, but you know, he did his thing, man. I think he averaged like 30 some points or something like that. So he's cold, man. He's good. He definitely has the potential, and he has like the size, I think, to play a one. Cause he's like 6'2", I think maybe.
okay.
You know,
Okay.
so I mean, he's not crazy big or anything, but you know, he's cold. He's cold blooded.
Yeah, he's good. What I want to get into next though is we. So I have a group of friends that I've been friends for a while, and then whenever you came to Southwest, you kind of regrouped and had your friends too, and you've been friends ever since high school and you graduated. But I always talk about how my friends kind of changed my life and kind of put my life into the position it is now because, um, I mean, shit, we can talk about like credit. We can talk about shit that we've been through, like how to handle things. Like, what would you say that a couple ways that your friends have kind of pushed you or kind of motivated you, or just in that sense? Because I know they mean a lot to you.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like my friends, you know, I have like a select group of friends that I've been friends with
Yeah,
for forever. It seems like now, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I hang out with them probably every weekend. You know, if not every other day. You know, we're chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? They mean a lot to me, and you know, like the person I was back then. You know, I made a lot of mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't My head wasn't really on straight. I was kind of just living in the moment, and there was you know a couple like big moments in my life that really you know, that they just believe in me so much. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you know, anytime I want to do something, they just always got my back. They don't question it. You know, of course they keep it real with me, you know, because that's what real friends are supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm fucking up, they're gonna let me know. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember uh I remember this one time, me and so I had this girlfriend in high school named Allie. You know, shout out Allie, she's like a great girl.
shout
Um
out Allie one time.
yeah, shout out Allie, man.
That's funny, bro. I remember that shit too.
She's a wonderful person. She's like a main person too that changed my life a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't have joined the military. And me joining the military opened up a lot of doors for me, you know, as far as like career wise and stuff. Um, but you know, fast forward, um, you know, me and her were already broken up, and you know, of course, like me and her, even after the fact, we kind of talked here and there, and I was doing some things that I probably shouldn't have done, and somehow word got to my friend Nikki,
Oh,
and
okay, okay.
and he hit me up one day. He's like, "Hey, can I come over?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, come through. Like, I'm chilling." So I thought we were just gonna chill, play 2K. He comes over, and we were chilling for a little bit. I knew as soon as he walked in my room, like something was up. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, you got that feeling.
he
Yeah.
he like wasn't happy with me or something. And so he comes in the room, we're chilling, and he's like, "Hey, but for real though, I need to talk to you." I'm like, "What's up?" Like, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, "So I heard you've been doing this, and I don't really want to get into like, you
Yeah,
know,
you're good, bro.
the specifics,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he's like, you know, I heard you've been doing this. You know, someone told me that you've been doing this, and you know, I want to know what's going on. Like, you know, what's gotten into you? Like, this isn't like you, blah blah blah." And
Yeah,
Like it's moments like that that like
yeah, he kept it real. Yeah,
it's moments like that like I never had no one in my life really like, of course my mom and my family, but no one in my life really like care that much to go out their way for me. And like I'm messing up, they want to know what's going on and like give me advice on how to fix it and stuff. So
yeah,
my friends, man, they mean a lot to me. Like a lot of them, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in without them. Some of my friends, when I was down and out, gave me a couch to sleep on. You know what I'm saying? Gave me money. You know what I'm saying? A bunch like, I was going through it at one point. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure we all have, and now I'm here. So
yeah. I'm telling you, man. I always talk about how they motivate you, man. You want to do it for them just because they've given you so much when times are hard and struggles are happening. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see that what you have is kind of what I have. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like that group of friends, and it's just, and even at that, I still talk to some of the people that you like your group of friends. So I know what they are like. I know how down to earth they are. They're cool as fuck. So shout out to
yeah.
them too as well.
Yeah,
They
shout out my boys, man. Matt, Johnny, Nikki, Alex, Coop, Izzy, a lot of them, man. If I didn't say the name,
they're gonna be pissed.
don't hit on my phone. But
They're gonna be pissed.
they know who they are. They know who's important to me. Dante, Tyrone.
Yeah, man.
Devontae.
Speaking of Tyrone, bro, I haven't. Man, he was him and he used to come to my house a lot whenever I used to live on Ashfield, and I'm not too sure. You probably know more than me when he kind of dipped out of Texas, but
Yeah,
we I think it was like last year, maybe a year before that, he had hit me up and said he was coming to San Antonio, and I didn't see it till maybe the next day after that. It was on Facebook, and yeah, it was. I want to.
yeah, he be wilding, man.
It would be pretty cool just to chill with them, just to talk about all the bullshit we used to do back in high school, and just another funny shit that Coach O used to tell Tyrone is, shit. I don't know if you remember whenever Tyrone would fuck up, he'd be like, "God damn it, Tyrone," some shit like that.
Yo,
And,
Tyrone really got like, and looking back at our games and stuff, like if I was him, I would be so upset. Like Coach O will put him in like with a minute to go, and like,
oh yeah, I see
I'm
what you mean.
like,
I remember that
hell
shit.
no,
Yeah,
I can't do that.
he never like wilded out, right? Like he was just he wasn't cool with it, but it was just
Yeah,
he was just I don't know.
he's funny. He's like one of the funniest people I know. He's
Yeah, bro.
and I still chop it up with him, here and there. Of course, we're not as close as we used to be, just because he's out of state. He
Yeah.
has his own thing going on. But he still FaceTimes me. Like probably like every 2 weeks or something like that. And he's fucking. That's my boy in high school, man. Like high school and after
Yeah.
we graduated, like before he left, if anyone saw him, he probably saw me with him.
That's what I'm saying.
Vice versa. If you saw me, you probably like, oh, where's Tyrone? He's probably around. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So he's a father now.
I saw that.
Yeah, he's doing his thing. He was just here like probably like a month ago or 2 months ago.
Oh,
I think.
Okay.
We went to a midnight swim. Me, him, and Jeremy. You remember Jeremy?
I don't. Not off the top of my head. If I see him, I probably will. Pretty much like everybody, but
Yeah. So we went there. It was chill.
what I always talk about too is on that in that BC area, or I should say Crewell, because it's on the other side on the Ashfield. Do you remember the parties that you went to whenever I had that house there on Ashfield? Do you remember like anything at all? Because that's what I like to talk about, just because it's crazy. Because my mom was there. Everybody like just a
Your
shitload
mom.
of people.
Hey, shout out to your mom, man. She's so dope. Man, we got going to your crib.
Yeah.
And like, looking like on my mom was not like, I would say like my mom's cool. You know what I'm saying? As far as like letting me do shit and shit.
Yeah.
But your mom was there, like, drinking with us and,
That's what I'm saying.
and doing a whole bunch of shit. I'm like, damn, this is kind of dope. You know what I'm saying?
We just talked about on the previous podcast that man, if you're listening, go check that podcast out. It's called Mama. Check it out. But we were talking about how just not a lot of people have that type of relationship with their mother.
Yeah.
And it's it's honestly, it's you would rather do it there in the house, in the vicinity of the house, than kind of with some friends, or just in case anything happens, you don't want to get caught, cops and all that bullshit. But yeah, man, she's crazy. She's She's something else.
She's dope, man, for sure.
I'll see her tonight, bro. And as soon as I tell her that we talk, she's gonna bring up Tyrone too. So like again, just because y'all are always together. But yeah, man, she's
Yeah, man, she was so funny too. Like the first time I was like, I was drinking over there, and then your mom came. I'm like, oh shit, like we're probably gonna get in trouble.
yeah.
And then she like cracks open the bottle too. I'm like, all right, that's what's up.
Yeah, she's wild, man. And another thing too is, as I was growing up, I always thought people's moms were cool. Like,
Yeah,
not like they would, because I had some people hit me up when that episode released, and a couple people were like, "Oh, I wish my mom was like that." But in my head, I've thought all moms were like that. You know what I'm saying? But there's some moms that be really strict. It don't make sense.
yeah. So my mom, like, man, shout out to my mom. I love my mom to death. You know what I'm saying? I'll do anything for my mother. You know, I'm a mama's boy, big time.
Same, bro.
You
Same.
know, mainly because, you know, she raised me on her own, you know. Shout out to my dad, man, he rest in peace. You know, but he wasn't there, you know, like father should be, right? So it was really just me, my mom, and my sister, you know. So she wasn't strict, I would say. You know, honestly, she really didn't have no energy because she was always working, like, you know, 2 jobs and stuff. She really didn't have no energy to you know, see what I was doing. So most of the time I was just doing whatever I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like going out to parties. And so she wasn't really strict on me like that. But I think more so just because she was like so busy trying to provide for us that, you know, everything else kind of like just took a back burner. But, you know, she's a great person. Like she raised me super well. You know, I'm doing good for myself. So shout out to my mom. But she's nothing like your mom, though.
A lot of people say that, bro. A lot of people say that, man. But she's the same way, man. She
And this is good too, though. Like I feel like with you know, with strict parents, you know, if I sound weird, it's because I swallowed some ice. I'm sipping on a hypnotic.
Oh yeah, we got some drink in here. Put some drink.
But what was I saying right now?
Parents strict.
Yeah, so a lot of the time when you meet like people that came up with strict, you know, parents, you know, they get that first taste of freedom and they like wild out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
You know, like they just, you know, some of them, you know, get into heavy drugs or, you know, just do a bunch of crazy stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you have that little bit of freedom like you and I had, you know, I feel like it tends to not be as drastic, you know, because we've already experienced what we need to experience. So it's good that, you know, if you're a parent, I don't know if your parents listen to this, but if you got kids, you know, don't be too strict on them. You know, kids are gonna be kids. Let them do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Let them find themselves, and they'll be straight. I promise you.
Yeah, man. I met a couple people back in college, and they just so strict. Once they hit the dorms in college, they just wild.
They just turn up to like a whole nother level,
bro. I remember a girl I was friends with, bro. Her first semester, her GPA was like a 1.5, because she was always partying, like. That's what she did, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I wouldn't say every single day, but like every so often she was just fucking always partying. And man, it got to a point where I just told her like, what's up? Like, and then she just told me like her parents were strict. As she was growing up, she couldn't do anything, like literally anything at all. Stay home, do homework, and kind of that was it. So she got that taste of freedom and she's just different person after that. I haven't talked to her since fucking my freshman year, but
was this your like girl or what?
No, it was just a friend. Yeah,
okay.
It was just a friend. I literally met her in a class in my freshman year, so it was.
I feel like you've always had a girlfriend. I don't know why I feel that way. I feel like you break up with one girl, then you get with another one. I don't know if that's just me, but
see, a lot of people say that, but
I'm the same way though, low key, kind of. You know what I'm saying? I went from one relationship to another relationship to another relationship,
and I haven't. Man, to be honest with you. I don't know. I mean, you are right. It is. It's one of those things where I don't know. I don't know if I was trying to find something.
Yeah.
If I felt lonely. If yeah, I don't know. It was cool. Like I met a person, and yeah, it was just connected. Like shit was cool, and I mean, shit didn't turn out the way I wanted it to be, obviously, because I mean, sometimes it was me, sometimes it was them, and I'm sure you can kind of relate too. It's just. It's just, I mean, different times. Like we were on different timestamps. They wanted something different. I wanted
Yeah.
something different. But yeah, man, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've actually been on. I don't know how to say it now. Single, I guess, on the
Single, yeah, yeah,
on the
yeah.
market. But
I
yeah,
mean,
man.
really, this is like the longest time I think I've been like single or not involved with anybody. You know, it's been like 6 months now that I've been single,
Yeah,
and it's like a, you know, it's crazy that I've been single for 6 months, but I really had I still was talking to like my ex like up until like 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? So now I just and I'm just like so I went from relationship to relationship,
yeah,
and because I was with Ali, for 5.5 years. That's my longest relationship I've ever been in, and
yeah. That's pretty deep, bro.
probably, yeah, man. She was like a great person. What I'm saying? I can't say nothing bad about her. Like I said, she changed my life. She gave me like a new perspective. Her and her mom. You know what I'm saying? But I got with her when I was 17. Um, and then we broke up like when I was 24, turning 25, I think.
Oh yeah, bro.
And so
That's a decent amount of time, bro.
yeah, we were together for a long time. And I just kind of got to the point where I wouldn't, and it's gonna sound selfish when I say it, but I just really wanted to be single at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we were living too grown for where we were in our life. Because she was in college, she was doing her thing. Like she's very like responsible, and she had her whole life, kind of planned out already. And I kind of was in a space where I kind of quite didn't know what I wanted to do yet. I didn't know what I wanted.
Yeah,
So we broke up for that reason, just because I wanted to, kind of be single, and I knew she deserved a lot better than what I was giving her at the time. She wanted, marriage and all that. She deserved that. So now she's married. So shout out to them. I hope they're doing good.
damn, that's
Um,
good.
yeah, she's been married. I think she's been married for some time now. But so me and her broke up, right? And then I got like I would say like maybe like 2 or 3 months later, I kind of started this like friends with benefits kind of thing with this other girl. I'm not gonna say no names because I just don't want to.
Yeah, yeah. You're good, bro.
Cloud ain't free, but um, so I started like a friends with benefits with her, and it was not supposed to turn into anything crazy. We actually messed around for like a year and a half. Ended up, catching feelings for her, and vice versa.
Yeah, yeah.
But then kind of just died out. And then I would say like maybe like 5 to 6 months after that, maybe less, I met my current ex girlfriend, and then we kind of talked for like a year. Then we got together. We were together for like 2 years. Recently broke up 6 months ago. So now
Yeah.
I'm just single.
It's different, bro. Yeah, some things that I've learned, not learned, but that I experienced while not having a girlfriend. You just have a shitload of time. You
And a lot more money too.
yeah, that too. Yeah, I say that too. But with my ex girlfriend, she was very very responsible. She was very very independent. That's
Yeah.
why I kind of clicked with her. Um, so what's pretty cool is like we had everything set out, like our rent, like all the bills and shit. Like
Yeah.
it was just maybe some of the shit was half, some of it was not, some of it was all me. Like whatever we were comfortable with. Like we definitely had a shitload of communication, and that's what I truly enjoyed. Because honestly, communication for me, bro, is top notch. Like I think that's probably one of the number one skill you have to have in a fucking
In a
relationship.
relationship, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
There's
I
no other.
definitely agree.
Yeah, there's no other. That's what I've learned over the years too. Because my previous relationships, I wasn't very communicative. Like I wouldn't talk if someone was wrong with me. I would not fucking talk. Like I'll just be mad as
Yeah.
fuck. Like I say in a corner, but just mad as fuck. Just there. Just I didn't want to talk to anybody. Couldn't. My view was the only view that mattered. Like
Yeah.
you were fucking wrong. So it's sure enough. I mean, just over time, talking to my friends, talking to my mom, they just kind of put a whole new perspective on just relationships in general. And yeah, it's definitely a change, but definitely,
Yeah,
definitely
communication is definitely like a big thing. But I think even more than communication, it's understanding. Like, you could like say how you feel a bunch of times, but
yeah,
if the other person doesn't understand it, you're really not getting anywhere. You know what I'm saying? That's like a big thing. And in relationships, you got to understand that you're gonna every relationship is gonna have ups and downs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're gonna have those moments where you feel like you don't want to be with that person, maybe. You know what I mean? But it's like if you truly look at them long term, you're gonna get through that. And that's like I was kind of the same way. So my ex was a way where like if we were upset about something or something was bothering her, she would not talk about it.
Yeah.
Like she wouldn't
I can feel
she
that.
wouldn't talk about it at all. She's the kind of person that just needs some time to let it digest, and then she'll talk about it the next day. But me, I'm a completely different person. Like if something's bothering her or something's bothering me, like I want to talk about it right now.
Yeah.
So that way down the line, we don't got to talk about it again. You don't have no type of opportunity to rub it in my face, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that makes sense.
I wanna hash it out right there, right now, while you're feeling it, because let it time pass. You might not feel that way anymore. But that's like kind of where we differentiated. That's how you say it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's communication is very big, but understanding is even more important.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And what I learned too is sometimes, like whenever I was just mad about a certain situation, whatever the case was, I never wanted to talk about shit in a hostile like environment.
Yeah.
Like if I was mad, I didn't want to communicate with my girlfriend or whatever, just because I would want to be where I'm cool, chill, so I can kind of get that communication. Down the line, obviously, I wasn't mad. Like I got over shit, but I think that's what I've learned too. Is sometimes you don't want a hostile environment because shit's gonna come out hostile. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you might say things that
Yeah.
you really don't mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've definitely been in that position, and
It's tough.
you say things that you can't take back sometimes.
And that should mean something to the other person. You know what I'm saying? And you don't think like it's coming out of your mouth. You're not kind of you're just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like it just comes
Yeah.
out. So
A lot of people say that when you're upset, you say things that you don't mean. But I don't think I agree with that in a sense. Like I feel like when you get like pushed into a corner and you get so like a person's pushing you so much that they're making you upset.
Yeah,
You say things that you've been thinking a lot lately. You just been afraid to say.
that makes sense.
So
Yeah.
I don't think that when people say you say things when you're upset. I don't agree with that. I think if you said it, you really probably meant it. You just moving forward down the line. You're thinking about how harsh it sounds. So what's the easiest way to get out of that? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I was mad. I didn't mean it. But like deep down, something triggered you to say that. You know what I mean?
Something did. No, that makes a lot of sense. I never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
Because just because you had it all cooped up. I mean,
Yeah.
in your head, you actually thought it, but you just didn't want to say it because
Yeah, like
it wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't. Not it wasn't the right time. It's just you didn't kind of have I guess, the energy or whatever to actually kind of put that out. But that's crazy, man. Yeah, I've been through some shit. My mom tells me all the time, man. When I was younger, that she thought that I was gonna be like one and done, get married, have some kids. Yeah, one and done.
Like you a collegiate athlete or something.
Yeah,
one
man.
and done.
I was just
What kind of one and done? Like get a girl pregnant and just be.
well, yeah, have a relationship with somebody and then kind of get married, have kids, kind of do it the proper way. Just because I always like I never wanted to be the type of like I didn't want to be with like my mom or like my
Yeah.
dad. Like my dad's been in a couple relationships. He's actually been married 3 times. So my mom's had a couple boyfriends too as well. So it's just it just didn't plan out that way. And honestly, it helped, man. I don't know if you feel there's a lot of shit you learn every relationship.
Yeah,
Just because
for sure.
everyone's fucking different. So
Yeah, I definitely think that whether you like if you get with somebody and let's just say you don't last with them, like as long as you had thought, you definitely take something away from that relationship.
yeah,
Like I feel like every relationship I've been in, taught me something either about myself or about life. So I'm grateful for all my relationships. I don't know if I'm ready to get into another relationship just quite yet. I kind of just want to do my own thing for a little bit, because like I said, this is the first time I've been single really like this for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So
it's different, right?
it just feels different. Not only does it feel different, it's just like now And because I'm the type of person that, and I don't know if it's just because I'm Hispanic or whatever, but when I'm with somebody, I like to take care of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
As much as I can. You know what I'm saying? Like my last relationship, I took care of majority of the bills. You know what I'm saying? She really didn't have to worry about nothing except like, paying, her bills sometimes, or if we want to go out and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So like, I try to take care of, my significant other,
yeah,
as much as I can. So now that I'm by myself and I don't have to do that. Like I'm now investing like money in myself, investing money in like, or not even money, really just time and
yeah.
like doing shit I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool for the meantime, but I ain't gonna front though. Like I'm a relationship guy though. I like relationships.
It's cool, right?
Yeah, I
It's
love
just
relationships. Like when you have that one person that is like you can just vibe with every single day. That what I'm saying. It's different. You know what I mean? It's no one really likes to be alone. You know what I mean?
that's why I was trying to. I don't think I just wanted to be alone. I honestly I haven't figured it out, bro. Like just because I mean you felt it too. It's just going back to back to back to relationships. I mean there was obviously some time between those relationships, but it wasn't like 2, 3, maybe 5 plus years where it was a different. The next relationship is just I don't know. It might be that just
That you scared to be alone.
yeah, it might be.
Yeah, I mean, for myself, I don't think necessarily I'm just scared to be alone. It's just that I truly love like being in relationships. Like it's like when you like I said when you find that one person and you could just hang
Yeah,
out with that one person every single day. Listen to the same type of music. Talk about your day. Like that's just really dope. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like just think about it. Like if you didn't have that, who the fuck would you tell that to? Johnny. Like Johnny don't want to hear about my day every single day.
That's what I'm
But I
saying.
FaceTime Johnny every single day probably though. My boy Johnny.
Yeah.
I FaceTime him every single day and we talk like for maybe like 15, 20 minutes just about random shit. But yeah, man, like if you could have a girlfriend that's like just with you every single day, like I'm a
Yeah.
sucker for love, I guess.
Yeah, I feel that. Your last relationship though, I know off record, you told me that she kind of put you through not put you through, but kind of helped you through a certain situation. But um one of I know one of your buddies recently passed away, so R.I.P. Nikki, man. But how do you feel that kind of changed your life? And I mean, I'm not too sure if you want to go into like the good, bad, but
Yeah.
how do you think that changed your life to kind of, and also too, I'm sure that pushes you even more now. You want to do so much
Yeah.
more shit, but um, I know that she helped you out too. I know your current buddies helped you out. I know shit. I know Matt, and I mean, pretty much all y'all just. It's just I couldn't fathom that one of my buddies right now actually passing away just
Yeah.
because, like I said, they've been there. I mean, I've been friends with them 10 shit. I think it's 15 years coming up, and
Yeah.
they were there when my dad wasn't there. They were there when my mother, brothers, sister, like you know what I'm saying. Like they're
Yeah.
same deal you've been through. So I just yeah, man, I wouldn't know what to do honestly. It's just
Yeah.
it's
It's
crazy to
it's
think about.
yeah, it is. It was stuff like so me and my friends, man, like we're super close. We've been super close since high school.
Yeah,
And now we're like in our late 20s, early 20s, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, Nikki passed away that in 2017. And it was like it was really hard for me, you know what I'm saying? Um and majority of our friends, because like I said, we're super close, you know what I'm saying? Like we hang out every other day, you know what I'm saying? Every weekend, if we're not at his place, we were at my place, or what I'm saying,
yeah,
just at the pool, doing things. So it's different. Like I've lost people. Like I think the other person I lost that was, I felt the same way about was my grandfather, because like I said, my dad wasn't really around much, and my grandfather was. So I lost him when I was 18, and of course that was hard to go through. But when I lost Nikki, it's like it's a different feeling losing one of your best friends. You know what I'm saying? It's well, number one because he was so young. Like he still had a lot to do. Like he had
yeah.
had a lot going for himself. He was in a good relationship at the time, and I was just sad that I would never like be able to see him, accomplish his goals or his dreams. Impact, and it's just like one of those things. Like it was really rough, you know what I'm saying? And it was so rough that like I was in a dark place, you know what I'm saying? Like I even I stopped showing up to work just because I was so depressed about the whole situation.
Yeah.
Um, and you mentioned it earlier, like my ex girlfriend at the time, she really she helped me get through that, especially with my friends too, but her more because she was there with me every single day, and like she didn't really judge me about it. Like if I wasn't going to work, she, at times she like financially supported me. I wouldn't say supported me like paid all my bills and shit, but there was times where she would just pick me up, take me to lunch, or just
Yeah.
do little shit. You know what I'm saying? It got me through it. Like, if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for her, my friends, I don't know if I could have came out of that situation because losing one of your best friends is a different type of feeling. It's a different type of loss. You know what I mean? And 2017 was like it really changed me as a person. Once I because shortly before that, like I mentioned to you earlier, I was still like wilding out. I was still
Yeah.
doing my thing like um crazy. I was just living fast, and losing him, and then getting into my last relationship, really changed me. I wanted to be a better person. I wanted to just accomplish everything that I wanted to accomplish moving forward. So it's kind of like a blessing in disguise, you know what I'm saying? And then my boy Devontae came down for the funeral. He ended up staying here, so like we lost Nicky, but we gained Devontae.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird in that sense. But I know he's always looking over me, man. I got him, tatted on. I got a part of him tatted on me, on my hand,
That's love, bro.
and it's like he'll always be here. I think sometimes like because I'm a very like religious person. Like no, I wouldn't say I'm religious, but I believe in God a lot.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that they're in heaven. And sometimes I'll be doing shit that I wonder like if they're looking down at me like what's this nigga doing? I'm like I'll be thinking about that shit a lot. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
funny. And what's crazy is that they say like normally when you lose somebody it comes in threes, and it definitely was that way for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I lost Nikki in November of 2017, and then shortly after that, in February, my father passed away.
Damn. That's rough, bro.
Yeah, so my father passed away, and then again, of course, my ex girl, she was there for me through that, and then like 2 months after that, actually on my birthday, which is April 10th, my cousin passed away, and me and my cousin were like super close. Like, when my dad wasn't around, he would pick me up, take me to basketball games, buy me basketball shoes.
Yeah.
I was staying out at his house every weekend. He was really like a big brother to me. So then he died on my birthday. So it's like I had all this stuff, coming at one time. Like, I kind of put myself in a position was like, man, like why am I losing so many people right now? Like, what did I do,
Yeah.
to lose all these people in such a short amount of time,
Bro, that sounds hard, man. I'm telling you, it's I wouldn't know what to do honestly, especially like that, man. If I like same deal, I'm not really close to my father, but I think if I lost him, it would definitely take a toll on me.
Yeah.
But to go back to to Nikki, it's you definitely want to see him accomplish goals because you I'm not too sure you're of course a lot familiar with his mindset and the type of person he actually was, but going back to kind of my friends, the way I know them, I mean, you want to see them, you know what I'm saying? Like you want to see them at your wedding. You want to have
Yeah.
them experience your kids. You want to I mean, see what they're going to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to fucking grow with them. I mean, you've been
Yeah.
friends for that long,
And that,
like
that was like one of the toughest things is like I said, like, because at the time when he passed away, he was living with this girl at the time. He was like he was in school, you know what I'm saying? He had a lot going for him, and I was excited to see, where the future was going to take him and his girl,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Because they were in a very committed relationship at the time. And, now that, I think about it, like, I'll never be able to, like, see his kids, or like,
Yeah.
he'll never be able to, like, see my kids if I have kids, or, be at my wedding if I get married, or vice versa, you know what I'm saying? That's why I think it was so tough, because it was like, he was young, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's, no, you don't want to see young people die like that. You know what I mean? But God needed him more than we did. So, and he impact. I feel like he he impacted a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was gonna get into next, man. I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah, because he impacted a lot of people. Like, you know, and I didn't at the time. I didn't really see it because, you know, I'm with him like almost every other day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when he passed away, you know, like there's so many people reached out to me like that I didn't even know he knew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That, you know, telling me like sorry for your loss and this and that. And like I was just see so many people talking about him and how he impacted them. It's like, wow, like I never knew Nicky had this big of an impact on so many people. It was crazy.
Definitely crazy, bro. And I'm same way, man. I know I reached out to you too as well. I reached out to Matt, and just because y'all two are the kind of the main ones that I actually talk to within the group. But yeah, just a lot of love, bro. A lot of love that I saw other people kind of doing, reaching out to you, even if it was on social media or anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the GoFundMe, I know that was kind of showing
Yeah,
a lot of love.
that was big, man.
Yeah, that was
like we reached our goal probably like within less than a week, I think.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. I'm telling you, he definitely did have an impact on a ton of people, and I saw it too. Like I didn't even have to be friends with him. Like we talked here and there, like in high school, maybe a little bit after, but it wasn't something like, of course, you had. So just to see the type of impact that he had after, it's definitely it's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, and like I could, you know, like when I said I didn't like realize it at the moment how much people he touched, you know, in that situation. But you know, just knowing the person he is, you know what I'm saying? I believe it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you know, he's always smiling, always laughing, you know what I'm saying? And you know, he always from the moment I met him, like it was just like he was just a good person, you know what I mean? Like I remember this one time, it's funny, it always stays in my head. Like when I first went to Southwest, of course I didn't really know anybody. Tyrone was the actual first person that I met at Southwest. And then me and him clicked right away. And then he slowly started introducing me to Johnny, Matt, Nicky, you know, other people that hung out with, and Devontae. And it was we went to someone's graduation party. It was me, Nicky, and our other friend Sammy. You know Sammy, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So we were at IHOP and we were just playing around and stuff. And then Sammy goes, Matt, go talk to your friends. And then Nicky looks at him and tells him, we are his friends. And like it was like that moment. I'm like, man, this is my dude right here.
Yeah, it's real. Yeah. He's a very bubbly person, bro, especially in high school. Yeah, man. R.I.P. Nicky, bro.
Rest in peace, Nicky, man.
Yeah. It's crazy to talk about it now with you. Honestly, man, when you hit me up, I'm not even gonna front. The first thing I wanted to talk about is his death because like I said before, I don't think I can handle that things, and to have that type of just to handle that type of situation it shows a lot about you. It shows a lot of the, like I said, the mindset that you have, the kind of things that are going through your head. And I'm not too sure on what pushed you, bro. But yeah, man, in my eyes, that shit, you're a strong person, bro. Like no matter what anybody says.
That.
Yeah.
And man, you know, I couldn't get through it alone, you know what I'm saying? Like I said before, you know, I believe in God a lot, you know, so you know, he got me through it. You know, most of my days, you know, every day wasn't okay, but every day, you know, he provided me strength, you know, to get through it. And then I had people in my corner, like, you know, Brianna, you know, my ex-girl at the time. You know, she helped me a lot. You know, Matt, Nicky, Johnny, Alex. You know what I'm saying? We kind of all just we helped each other get through it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think one person could do that alone. Like,
yeah, not at all.
To do that alone is tough, you know what I'm saying? Because I had a rough time with it. You know what I'm saying? And I think, me personally, I think I'm a strong-minded individual because, you know, I've been through a lot of stuff in my life. You know what I mean? Growing up in my childhood,
Yeah.
You know, I haven't had the easiest childhood. You know, shout out to my mom though. I love her to death. You know, but now and you know, if you ever talk to Tyrone, he'll tell you that, you know, like when I used to make music and stuff and I used to like rap about certain situations, it was like actually real life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just went through a lot of stuff. So I have like a strong mindset, I think, because I've been through all that, and so if I'm feeling this defeated about Nikki's death, I could only imagine how some of my other friends that are not as strong as me be feeling right now. You
That's
know
what
what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying.
So
That's what I'm saying.
we had to just help each other get through it.
Yeah.
I never wish that upon nobody though. Like,
Never, man. Never, never, never. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I said, bro. You're definitely a strong person. But I think I want to know. I think the listeners want to know when you popping up some new music, bro. When you
that's funny. Man. So
Nah, but have you worked on anything? Like, what? Well, let me ask you this: why did you stop? Like, cause I know you're pushing out some shit like
yeah.
2012, maybe 2013, and then I don't know, life hit you. I'm not too sure. I don't know if you want to kind of talk
So
about
I
it, but
mean, music, man. I still write verses, like, not as much as I used to. You know what I'm saying? But like when Nikki died, I wrote a verse. It's on my Instagram. If y'all want to go check it out, it's super fire. But I haven't done music. So at the time, when I was with Ali, I was putting out music. I released a mixtape. And then I released a couple EPs shortly after that.
I'm
And
pretty sure I still have that mixtape here somewhere, bro.
hey,
Yeah, I'm dead
that
serious.
mixtape was fire though, low key. But I put a lot of effort into that mixtape. Like, Lil Wayne inspired me a lot as when he did, like, when he was just rapping over other people's beats,
Yeah,
and just like, sometimes it was better than the original song. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of wanted to have that same energy when I was did everything myself. I recorded it in my room, mastered it myself, and so I was doing that, and it was going good, man. Like, I got a lot of love from, my friends, a couple people that were my friends, people that saw what I was doing.
yeah,
And then I opened up for DMX. That was dope. And then shortly after that, I went on tour with Trey the Truth and Zero. I wouldn't say it was a tour, but like we did like a little like 3 city stop. Like it was here, Corpus, and Houston, I believe. And that was dope. And I got to connect with ESG, the Freestyle King,
yeah.
Michael Watts. And I remember getting off stage when I performed in Corpus. I got off stage and ESG came up to me. He's like, "Hey, you the little nigga that was rapping up there, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." And at this time I was like 18. And he's like, "You the little nigga that was rapping up there, right?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, that's me." And so, "Hey, give my number. Come to Houston. I want to record with you." So everything was looking, like I wanted it to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
And then me and Allie at the time, we had broke up. And that was a rough time for me. Just because she was like, the first person I've ever been with.
Yeah,
So I stopped making music at that point, just because I wasn't like feeling it. But then I started getting into music again, started putting some stuff on SoundCloud. People were vibing with it. Me and Ali got back together, and I don't know, it's just kind of one of those things where I thought that I was gonna marry her. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna spend the rest of my life with her, and kind of just I joined the military, and just kind of put music on the back burner just because
yeah,
I wanted to do other things. I wanted my vision had changed. You know what I'm saying? Like before, I wanted to be like the biggest rapper out of San Antonio. I wanted to be like the next Drake, or what I'm saying, like
yeah.
what I'm saying, have that type of vibe. But then when I got back with Ali, because I fought very hard to get her back. You know what I'm saying? And so when I got her back, my vision just kind of changed. I kind of just wanted to, build kind of a bit of a life with her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, white picket fence or whatever. So my aspirations of being a rapper or an artist wasn't like, it wasn't alive like it once was. So I just kind of stopped.
Yeah.
And then then me and her broke up, and then I did a little stuff here and there, but just never really got back into it like I wanted to. I have been thinking about making music again recently. Um,
That'd be
but I
pretty
think
cool.
I think if I make music again, it's not gonna be rap though. It's gonna be like
What you mean?
probably like I want to make like pop or like R&B
That'd be dope
type of
too.
music. Like,
Honestly, when you first started, and just to touch on why you started making music or what you were actually saying in lyrics, it was all stuff that you actually went through, like experience and stuff like that. And I think for me, listening to it, kind of the same deal. You know what I'm saying? Like you would, I mean, I connected to the music. It's kind of same way you connect with the different artists like that are much bigger.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Same deal with me with the way I was with you, and Yeah, man. I thought you
Yeah,
were dope.
a lot of people like tell me that, you know, it's crazy that you know, and you know what's crazy is that like a year ago, I would say like maybe a year ago or less than a year ago, this dude reached out to me about one of my songs on mixtape that, you know, and from that point, it's been like 5, 6 years since I put it out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he hit me up about it. He's like, hey, I was going through a rough time. I listened to the song and, you know, it made me feel a little bit better. And I was like, dang, like, you know, I really touched people like that
Yeah.
in a weird, I wouldn't say in a weird way, but I never knew, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny that you say that. Like, whenever I make music, I definitely I started making music because that was the only way I could, you know, express my feelings at the time, you know. And it's just cool to see that my music actually touched people. But you know, nowadays the hip hop scene is different. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
It's
yeah, bro.
rap has changed. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say if I make music again, I want to make like R&B or pop, uh, just because I couldn't see myself being like a little baby or something like that. You know?
Yeah, rap has definitely changed, bro. And I don't know if it's me or something, but I'm still stuck in like 2013 and before, bro. Like
Yeah.
maybe the Little Waynes, maybe like Drake when he first started off. Like I don't know. I just always play that shit. I mean, some Drake and shit after, some J. Cole's after, maybe a little bit of Kendrick, but yeah, man, music has definitely changed. I personally feel like there's not a lot of lyrics in there, and
Yeah.
I think that's what it kind of originated from in my eyes. Like you had the lyrics, you had the shit that was same deal to what they kind of the way they express themselves, and now it's just kind of I don't know 1, 2
Yeah,
punchlines or some shit.
it's a little mundane
Yeah,
nowadays. But not saying that I still love hip hop. I still love rap music.
yeah.
I still listen to Lil Baby when I'm trying to, get turned up. I listen to I don't listen to the baby that much just because I feel like
The same
all his
songs.
songs sound the
Yeah,
same. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the same kind of like the same kind of melody, the same rhythm.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't listen to him, but there's still a lot of lyricism out there. Like West Side Boogie's super dope.
yeah,
Well, he just goes by Boogie now, but Boogie's super dope. Like Reason from TDE's still hard.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of good rappers still.
Who would who's your top five right now? Not all time, but like who's your like just right now?
I was about to say top five all time.
Man.
It's easy. Jay-Z's number one.
We can do top five all time. Yeah, yeah.
Jay-Z's number one, definitely.
Okay.
If we do all time, and I'm probably not gonna. People probably laugh at my top five,
Go
but
ahead. Go
when I
ahead.
say my top five, it's just because when I fell in love with music, or when I was going, or when I was listening to at the time, this is what I was listening to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I listen to these cats more than I listen to anybody else. That's why I consider them my top five. Not saying that the people in my top five are better than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? But just me personally, they make some of my favorite music.
Yeah.
So I would say Jay-Z. He's can't argue with him. Like
Yeah, he's cold,
in
bro.
my opinion, he's a GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Like no one will ever do what Jay-Z did. Like he has 13 number one albums. The only other artist in any genre that has more number one albums than him are the Beatles. So that's crazy to
You know
me.
what's crazy about Jay-Z? And when I first kind of heard him and kind of started listening to his music, I didn't really I don't know. I just didn't really vibe to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't really appealing to me. But it just kind of over the years, as I guess maybe I was too young. Maybe I heard it too soon.
Yeah.
But over the years, like now, bro, I have Tidal just because of Jay-Z. Like I don't listen. I mean, there's a couple other songs I listen on Tidal. But yeah, it's just Jay-Z, bro. Like that.
Yeah, Jay-Z, like if you first getting into that shit, like you probably not gonna be into it just because he kind of does have like a boring kind of like
Yeah.
way of
Yeah.
expressing himself. But like the shit that he talks about is like real life, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
he can make hit singles, you know what I'm saying? Like he has a bunch of hit singles, you know what I'm saying? Like the Blueprint 3 is probably my favorite album. I know I probably get a lot of flack for that,
Nah, that's what I
but
listen. That's crazy, bro. Because that's what I listen to the most, man.
yeah, the Blueprint 3 is like my
that's-
favorite album from him. I probably get a lot of flack for that, like from the old hip hop heads,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know. It's just like the time I was living in, that album was dope. And then like the other people that are on my top five, of course, Drake. I'll probably catch a lot of flack for that too.
Nah, he's up there,
But
bro. There's no
I mean,
way.
in my opinion, he been running the game for like the past 10 years. You know what I mean?
There's no way he's not up there, bro. No way.
they can say what they want, but
Yeah.
Drake got bars and he can make great music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Kanye,
Kanye for sure. Yeah, I can agree with that.
and then I gotta put Wayne just because he changed the mixtape game, and then Kendrick just because Kendrick's like super crazy with it.
Yeah. I can agree with all that. The only one I would change, honestly, would probably maybe the last one. I'll probably put J. Cole over Kendrick. And again, just to go back, it's just
You say you put J. Cole over Kendrick?
Yeah.
No, sir.
No, the only reason why is just because I feel like I can listen to his music a lot more than Kendrick. That's just a personal view.
Yeah.
Like he might have better bars than J. Cole. Like, well, he does have better bars than J. Cole, like his just his lyrics. But I don't know. Maybe I can relate to him a little bit more.
And you know what's crazy is that like a lot of people, if whoever listens to this, probably gonna be mad when I say this.
What's up?
What's up? But in my opinion, J. Cole, and I tell my friends this all the time, because they're like huge J. Cole fans. But in my opinion, J. Cole is probably one of like the most overrated rappers of my generation.
It's funny you say that, bro, because I seen a tweet the other day. Some random guy I follow, and he was just bashing J. Cole. Like he was just like, J. Cole's not this, J. Cole's not that.
I wouldn't bash him, but to say he's like, I just feel like he's super overrated, in my opinion. Like mixtape J. Cole was super nice. Like but everything after that was kind of like just, he never evolved, you know what I'm saying? He never, like, his wordplay wasn't that super crazy. Like, his punchlines weren't really that crazy.
Yeah.
He's good at telling stories, when he does them. But, I don't know, for me, he's just like, people try to make him seem like he's like one of the coldest lyricists of all time. And I just don't feel that way. Like,
I can, so the one I actually kind of popped off for me is Forest Hill Drive. And I think the kind of, the time that I was in at that specific moment, and
Pacific like the ocean?
No, specific. But just the time I was in, like I wasn't living with my mom at the time. I was in a kind of crazy ass relationship, and when he dropped that shit, it just connected. You know what I mean? So I think that's why it kind of put me on. I don't know.
I can feel that. There's been plenty of times where like, certain songs or certain albums just connect to you because of the moment that you went through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the song Kanye West Blame Game.
Yeah.
Like that song will forever resonate with me because I went through a breakup when that song dropped. You know what I'm saying? So like I went through a breakup, and it was like any breakup that I've been through besides when I broke up with Hallie has been, I want to say tough, but it's like it hit me in a different way, kind of.
Yeah.
So like I was going through a breakup at that time, and then that song dropped. I like kind of, it just kind of just sat with me. So I could see that how you say that about Forest Hills Drives, and that album wasn't bad. It's just, and I'm not saying he sucks. You know what I'm saying? Don't get like for the listeners, don't get it twisted. Like I'm not saying he sucks. I think he's good for what he is. For what he does. But to like put him on like the Mount Rushmore of rap, for me personally, it's just not. It just wouldn't do that. Just because nowadays, it's because I look at it like rap. Everything that can be said has already been said. You know what I'm saying? So like, what else are you bringing like creativity wise?
Yeah.
That's why I put Kanye West. That's why I put Kendrick, because Kendrick, is just like he's so creative. And his visuals and like his bars. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Kanye West. He's forever changing the game.
Forever, bro.
He has like in my opinion, he has the best discography in hip hop. Like all his albums collectively together are better than any other artist's albums collectively. And J. Cole, just for me, is just like he's not that creative when it comes to making music, I guess.
Yeah, I can see that.
But he does, resonate with a lot of people.
Yeah.
I know a lot of like diehard J. Cole fans.
Yeah, me too.
That will put him like on the Mount Rushmore. But for me, it's just not that. Like my best friend Alex, he's like a super, J. Cole fan.
Yeah.
So,
bro, I know I follow a girl on Instagram, bro, and all her like story Instagrams is just something about Dreamville, something about J. Cole. I'm just like, God damn, like.
Yeah, Dreamville do got some hitters though. Like JID, his Earth Gang is nice. Kaz, super dope. Yeah. I mean, he hasn't really dropped anything in a while. Boz is hard.
I fuck with Boz.
So Dreamville got some hitters, but J. Cole for me is just not one of them.
What's crazy too is, so music obviously changes over the years, but the type of I don't know what's a good word, creativeness. I don't know, but just the
Creativity.
yeah, creativity. The creativity someone has to have to kind of transition over the years, like 10, 15 years is wild, bro. Like it's just the
Yeah.
amount of work someone has to put in to kind of keep up with trends
Just
and
keep up
stuff
with the
like
times.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. And I think that's why kind of Kanye's in there, Drake's even in there,
Yeah.
Kendrick too. So
Yeah.
but
Drake and Kanye, they're the ones that kind of, you say like keeping up with the times. They're kind of the ones that create the times.
yeah,
Like they sometimes they go against the wave, and they go so much against the wave that it creates its own wave. Like if it wasn't for 808s and heartbreaks, I don't think we would have like Lil Uzis or
yeah,
a
yeah,
bunch of like autotune rappers, because Kanye started that. And then as far as Drake kind of created his own sound. That's why we got like that's where the Kurt Cobains came from, the Tory Lanez,
yeah, yeah,
a bunch of stuff. So that's why I think they stay relevant, because sometimes they create sounds,
yeah.
and movements. But Drake, man, he been running it for forever.
Forever, bro. And he can sing, he can rap. That's a whole deal. But
He
yeah,
got the
man.
he got the nice beard hair ratio.
Oh yeah, that too. Bro, what do you think about his baby mama? You seen that shit? Well, I mean,
Um,
I know we knew about it in 2018 whenever he did that shit with Pusha, but like, how do you feel about his baby mama? You think she's cute, or what
I
you?
mean, would I say like I wouldn't wife her up, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely would hit, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I think he just got caught up.
her body's crazy, like
Yeah, that's true.
her body's
That's true. That's
dumb.
true.
Like I definitely would hit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, fuck, man. You want to plug anything before we hop off this? You want to tell them
Uh
your Instagram? You want to tell them your Twitter? Because I mean, it's Mac Billy, but I know there's like an underscore somewhere in there. Because I would tell them, but you can tell them if you want.
yeah, man. My Twitter, I just really pop shit off. I just troll basically. But if y'all want to follow me, of course, Mag underscore Millie, MAG_Millie. My Instagram is Mag Millie. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not very interesting when it comes to social media,
Hey, some of this shit's funny though. I'm not
but
gonna lie.
I'm not very interesting when it comes to like, Instagram. Of course, I tweet some funny stuff. I put some funny stories sometimes. So if y'all want to follow me, show me love, that'd be dope. I promise you, by the end of this year, I'm gonna drop some new music.
Hell yeah.
I've really been thinking about a new album. It's gonna be called Don't Worry, I'm Fine.
Okay.
It's gonna just be like, a lot of the stuff I've been going through, like from 2017 to now.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be dope to see it all come into fruition. So, by the end of the year, keep a lookout for that.
That's dope, man. I've always been a fan. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, man. This is it was cool to talk to you. I appreciate like I'm saying. There's a lot of people that would that can hit me up and I'll be like, nah, like I'm good. Like I'm not like I don't fuck with you like that. Like but you hit me up, I'm just like, man, he's just always been cool to talk to, bro. And
Yeah, for sure.
and it's one of those things where we chilled when we were younger. And man, your music connected
Hopefully, I
us.
drop some gems on some people today.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of shit we talked about today. So if you can rate it, if you can drop a comment, let me know what you want to talk about. If you want to hear anything else that want to elaborate more, we can kind of bring Matt back if he wants to kind of join us. But yeah, man, you're listening to the Gym Podcast. This is GWZ11, and we're out. Peace.